Hi there, welcome to my channel. Tamiya's recent F-14D Tomcat has been generously reviewed on YouTube and the internet. I have done 3 F-14 kits in the past: Hasegawa F-14D, Academy F-14A, and Hobby Boss F-14B. They all had their quirkiness, their pros and cons, and some were worse than others. So with this build, I want to see if the Tamiya kit lives up to its name. I heard so much about it, and it wasn't until this year I managed to get one. The Tomcat is sold around 100 to 117 online, depending where you buy it. It's not cheap, so with that, it begs the question, is this kit worth it? This video is a work in progress review. I will look into the content of the box, but also I will show you my work in progress and give you a first-person perspective and share you what I think. The Tamiya F-14D is a multimedia kit, sort of, having a photo etch fret for the seat harness and white metal pitot. They are only missing the resin parts, but they do include some very useful items, such as paint masking sheet for the clear plastic canopies and intake duct. The kit provides 2 cockpit types, early and late versions, open or close inflated sleeve options, open or close footrest and crew ladder, 4 decal options, lots of stencils, and a large painting instruction sheet. There is a vast collection of underwing weapons, phoenixes, sparrows, sidewinders, smart bombs, the flare and the tar pods, and including the correct pilot configuration. I spent the first 20 hours of construction without having to fill any joints or sanding. I work on the cockpit, wheel wells, main fuselage, forward sections, and vertical stabilizers without any fuss. No extra trimming, sanding, or putty where needed. Now that tells you how good the fitting of the kit is. For me, that means less time waste filling, sanding, prescribing, and so forth. It also means faster time for completing the project. It also means more time focusing on painting and weathering. The instruction sheet is comprehensive but not overwhelming. Now that I've done a bit of work, it's normal to go back and forth rummaging through the pages. I never actually follow the steps in a linear fashion. That's because I just need to paint things in a certain color, and it's best if I do that in one cup of paint. What I think they are lacking is the detail wiring and plumbing that is very common in the wheel wells and landing gears. You will see that in many of reference photos of the Tomcat. Now for this, that means you need to add your own plumbing, either by buying an aftermarket resin or scratch building. Another thing that's missing were all these optional features: open gun panels, air brakes, radar nose section, flaps, or engine. None of that stuff can be found here. Now let's take a look at some of the features that I think makes this kit a plus. The swing wing mechanism felt really solid, and I had no issues installing the parts. The screws were a bit tight, so make sure that you give it some elbow grease into it, but not too much. Cockpit is amazing, with nicely raised details that you can pick with careful painting. They give you some decals and instructions on how to paint the instrument panels. It's great. The masking template is just short of a pre-cut template. Tamiya provides the patterns and instructions, but you have to cut them yourself. You need a sharp knife, ruler, and steady hands. I find them very useful as they save time, but I think the adhesives are not that great. I left them for about half a day, and some of the masks were peeling. So if you plan to leave them for a while, make sure you double check them before airbrushing. You get 4 figures, but can only make 3 complete ones. They come with the old and newer lightweight helmets, and I really like their molds as they show a lot of the details in the mask and suits and harnesses. For the ejection seats, Tamiya gives you the older GRU7 Martin Baker as well as the newer SJU17A version. They came with PE harness, but actually I won't be using them because I plan to install the pilot figures. Definitely those extras can go to your spare box. The clear canopy section is made of 2 pieces. The front windshield is cleverly made so that the clear parts extend to the fuselage. And I really like this, as I don't need to fill any gaps near the clear parts or ruining it with glue marks. While for the main canopy, there's a there's a very fine molding line that I had to sand and polish. It was quite easy to do, so no biggie. So in conclusion, I would give this a 9 out of 10 for ease of construction, service details, instruction sheets, and weapons and decal options. I would give it a 5 out of 10 for the wheel wells and landing gear details, and not having any extra features like open panels and air brakes. But regardless, I highly recommend this kit for any modelers at any level. If you plan to finish a model project without much hassle, I would say this is one of the easiest fail-safe F-14 kits in 1/48 scale in the market. That concludes our review for this video, and thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you soon. Bye for now.